Hey, you guys, welcome back to Perfume Vegas. I'm Paco Lightly, and I'm going to be talking to you today about my current 5 favorite perfumes that I'm wearing and that I'm totally in love with right now, that I keep reaching for. I can't stop myself. So if you're interested in finding out about more about those, just keep watching. Welcome back. Welcome. This is obviously not the greatest of setups, but I'm working with what I got. So I have a different camera app that allows me to record video and audio at the same time. I can use an external microphone. I'm using my wired microphone because I am afraid that the Bluetooth microphone may not work. I didn't want to take that chance. So yeah, also I'm so nervous about the color balance, the white balance on this video, because when I was doing some test filming, it was really bad, but I did add a second light, which is why it's probably really warm toned and why I'm so bright and the background is so shady. Anyway, that is not what you came here to hear about, my electronic device issues. You came here to hear about perfumes, specifically the 5 fragrances right now that I'm absolutely like head over heels about. None of these are new. Most of them I've talked about at some length in other videos, but I'm going to tell you why I'm loving them, and hopefully if you're looking for something new, or if you just want an excuse to pull a certain fragrance out the back of your closet or whatever, this will be that video. The first one I'm going to talk about is an indie fragrance, and it is by the brand Sunset and Seas. Excuse me, my nose is itching because of allergies. My partner had to go get a COVID test. It came back negative, so we're not sick. I just have allergies really bad. Ooh, look at that, like whiting out. Okay, there you go. This Sunsets and Seas was an indie brand out of Canada, and she was only in operation for about a year, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe just wasn't like sales or whatever weren't great. I don't know. You know what? These things happen, unfortunately. This is the only fragrance that I have from her anymore. The rest I had all decluttered, but I really love the idea of this particular fragrance. It's called Haunted Hayride, and so it has the scent of hay. It really strongly smells of hay. It has the scent of hay, pumpkin. It has apple, leaves. There's a little bit of like smoky or like crisp smokiness from like bonfire smoke. It's really beautiful. The thing with this was I would bring it out every fall, and you can see I have had this for some time and I have not really worn it at all. I would bring this out every fall and I would test it, and I would think to myself, like, I'm not vibing with it. I'm not vibing with it. And it wasn't until this year when I brought it out and I was like, oh my God, I am finally falling in love with this fragrance. Of course, years after I can't, get it anymore. It has something smoky, but it also has like apples. It has leaves. It has a definite hay note. I can tell a hay note from a mile and a half away. But this, unfortunately, I feel guilty every time I talk about a fragrance that can't be purchased anymore, especially indies, because I do advocate so much for people getting into indie fragrances. But at the same time, they're perfumes that I love, and I really want to share them with you. So unfortunately, this particular scent is not available, but there are a lot of great indie brands that do a lot of great similar type of scents. And so if the idea of a hayride sort of fragrance entices you, definitely check some of them out. If you go to my indie video, my most unique indies video, there's a whole list of links to different indie brands, so you can check them out. If you need suggestions, let me know and I'd be happy to share them with you in the comments. The next one is another one that's definitely not new. In fact, the fragrance itself is, I think, been around for a good few years, but it is new to me in my collection, and that is Paco Rabanne Olympea. So there's that second light shining on there. You can see my ring light in the second light. This is the collector's bottle, the Olympia Onyx, but the scent itself is not new. This fragrance, however, this fragrance coming into my collection was the reason I was able to finally remove, well, not finally, I've only had it for a couple months, but the reason I was able to confidently remove Jean Paul Gaultier Label, because if I want a vanilla, this type of vanilla is so much more up my alley than Label. This is a salty vanilla, and I'm sure there's more notes. All the notes for what I can find will be listed down below. But it's definitely vanilla centric, but that saltiness, and there may be some patchouli in here. I know there's a bunch of notes in this fragrance. It's really well known. It's kind of a modern type of classic for women. Definitely a crowd pleaser type of fragrance, but it's pleasing. It's pleasing to wear. I can wear it just about any time. I wear it at home all the time without feeling like I'm over perfumed. And if you're looking for something that's popular, designer, and easy to find, this, especially if you want a vanilla fragrance, Olympia is in my opinion, Olympia is a much better choice than Label or a lot of other like kind of hyped popular vanilla fragrances. This is designer. You can buy the original packaging, or there's several different flankers, none of which I've tried, but a lot of YouTubers have great videos on the Olympian flankers. Olympian, like they were like up in Olympus, the Olympian flankers. It's a really nice fragrance, and I am super happy that I got over my own self. Like I was like super prejudiced. I'm like, if it's that popular, it probably can't be good. You know, I mean, come on, you do it too. I know you do. I'm happy I got over myself and picked this one up, because this I've been living in. This one I've made a nice dent in. Literally a month I've owned it. Let's stick with the vanilla train. I literally how many times have I said literally in this video? I just was talking on Instagram about how I don't love vanilla fragrances. Sorry, I keep slouching. I'm like just kind of sinking out of frame. I'm not a vanilla fan. I appreciate vanilla for a note that blends well with a lot of other things, but I don't actively seek out vanilla centric fragrances. That's just not the type of fragrance that I like. It smells really good, by the way, the oil that I put on my hands. But I do seem to be gravitating towards some of these more comfy, cozy vanilla centric scents. And so the other one that's on this list of my current favorites is Prada Candy Night. So I am literally filming in the exact same setup that all my videos are in, with the exact same lighting system except for the addition of this one light. But I feel like it's nighttime. Like I'm like, it's dark and gloomy and doom in here, but it's not. It's just this one light is making me feel that way. That is neither here nor there. So Prada Candy Night is a vanilla-centric flanker of the Prada Candy line. To me, this smells like a sweeter, more vanilla-centric version, not a dupe, but could be a flanker of Guerlain's Angelique Noir. If you like Angelique Noir, or you want a vanilla scent but can't afford Angelique Noir, this is a great choice It's been a long time since I filmed, you guys. This is a really nice choice. They don't really share any similar notes other than like vanilla, and maybe some of the base notes are similar. I'm not 100% sure. This is much more gourmand fragrance. Obviously, being part of the Prada Candy line, it is a gourmand fragrance. The vibe that I get from it is very similar to Angelique Noir. It's a beautiful scent. I have heard, well, not heard, I've watched reviews, or not even reviews, just commentaries on Prada Candy Night, and I have seen people say that they feel it's too heavy for everyday wear, that it is a nighttime type of fragrance, like going out, date, or clubbing type of fragrance, but I don't get that. For me, and it just may be because of my own scent preferences, but to me this is a very cozy, definitely just an everyday vanilla fragrance. It's much sweeter than most of the fragrances in my collection, and it's much sweeter than even the other Prada Candy fragrances that I own. I think it has benzoin, it probably has tonka, but I think it's just really beautiful, and I do think that it makes a great fall fragrance for every day. So although it says Prada Candy Night, that's my air quotes, I wear it all the time. I wear it to bed. I wear Olympia to bed. I like vanilla scents for bed because there is a coziness to vanilla, especially when it's blended with something like either spicy or woody. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I had gotten it last January, I think. I picked this up from a Sephora sampler set, and I really didn't wear it much because I felt like it was a little bit overwhelming, but I'm really in the mood for these kind of fragrances right now. So that is Prada Candy Night, a great one. If you can pick it up, especially if you can pick it up for below retail price, I think it's really worth it. Olympea, I would pay retail for that. So anyway, those are the two vanillas, and then the next two are kind of completely opposite sides of the spectrum. The next one I'll talk about is Maison Margiela Replica Lipstick On. Looks like that. It's white, so of course it's getting totally washed out. I'm trying to, I can't do it. It won't. It's too white. It's too bright. I mean, so Lipstick On is a lipstick fragrance, obviously. So Lipstick On is a lipstick fragrance, obviously, which is not exactly the kind of vibe that I like. I'm not into super powdery scents. I like musks, but I'm not like into super powdery scents. But this one, how to explain it? This one feels very classy. It really vibes with me. It definitely feels like it's a lipstick scent. It smells like lipstick. Where other sort of, again, my air quotes, lipstick fragrances that I've tried that were like Guerlain Salons or, God, I don't even know. I can't think of any others. I've really not gotten a whole lipstick vibe from them. This one actually smells like lipstick, like if I were putting my nose in the bullet of lipstick and sniffing it. It has that, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty on the skin. It's slightly sweet, slightly powdery, but it's not overwhelmingly either. You know, you don't get too sweet or too powdery. I did pick up another lipstick fragrance that I'm going to show in an upcoming haul, and it is much more on the sweet side, and it just really is kind of too sweet. It like loses that whole lipstick vibe and kind of turns into like lip smacker. Sorry, you guys. I haven't filmed in ages, so... But Lipstick On from Replica is a perfect lipstick scent, and it's a really beautiful fragrance if you like just powdery, kind of violet and musk sort of iris. If you like kind of just powdery iris, like musk type of fragrances, sweet, not too sweet, I said that already. But the other thing I want to point out is that I have mentioned multiple times in multiple videos that I've tried multiple Replica fragrances and the DNA doesn't work for me. Like the DNA of the Replica line just hasn't worked for me up till now. And I think this is an anomaly because, as I said in the haul video when I picked this up, when I was at Sephora, not recently, but the last time I was there, I tried the new Coffee House fragrance from Replica. Same problem. The DNA just didn't mesh well. But this one, I do not have that issue with. So I'm not sure if it's an anomaly or if it just happens to be a good combination of the notes. So anyway, I really recommend Replica Lipstick On. If you're in the US, and I believe Canada as well, I think I've heard some people from Canada say this. If you're in the US or Canada, don't buy an overpriced bottle of lipstick On. Sephora still sells this on their website. Again, I can't tell you if this is being discontinued or not. To me, it sounds like it may be just going to be a Sephora exclusive because it is not shown on the Maison Margiela website. That's true. But it is available on Sephora US, and I think it is available on Sephora Canada as well. So don't overpay for this. This retails for $130 US. Don't overpay for this fragrance, okay? So please and thank you. And then the last one I'm going to talk to you today, the last one that I've been reaching for a lot, and my partner has also been using this, is Franck Olivier Oud Touch. I've mentioned this in several recent videos, and the reason I keep bringing it up is because it's a really nice fragrance. It's a cheapie, and it's just very nice. I am not an Oud fan. This is the second Oud fragrance that I actually have ever purchased. And feel free to say whatever you want to in the comments below about synthetic versus natural versus high quality versus low quality. At the end of the day, I think the vibe is kind of the same, even if it's maybe not the best smelling oud versus like top quality oud. I just don't really like it. And I have tried quite a few oud fragrances from all different brands. And while it's a nice scent and I can wear it, I don't find it, attractive on me. Although on other people, I can say definitively, yes, it is attractive on other people. But Oud Touch, I don't know if it's the quality of the synthetic oud, it is a synthetic oud, or just the way it's blended, but it's super wearable and it's not like, let me spray this. The oud in this is like, it plays well with the other fragrance notes. It's definitely the main player, like it's the quarterback of the team or the goalie or, whatever in sports, the pitcher, whatever in sports is in charge, like the chief of the sport. The oud is the chief of Oud Touch, but it plays really well with the vanilla, whatever the other notes are. I know there's florals and I know there's like some fruity scents in here, but I'm not sure of the notes. For all of these, I'll put, again, the notes down below. This is an oud for people who aren't big oud fans. That's what I'm getting at. And this works well on my skin. It works well on my partner's skin. And it's just a really great unisex, cheapy oud fragrance. You get the vibe without busting your wallet or busting your nose. Because that was what I was trying to say earlier, is that oud burns my nose. It literally, I can always tell when it's synthetic versus natural, because natural oud burns my nose, like all the way through my sinuses. So anyway, with all that rambling going on, I've now completed this video. I have been probably reaching for these 5 fragrances at least once every day. I don't know where I was going with that. they're just some of my favorites right now. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. And if you would like, consider subscribing for future uploads and more content. I am going to be getting a new camera eventually, and the quality of the video will improve eventually. But if you don't mind, I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate you being here today. So thank you is what I'm trying to say. So please consider subscribing, and drop a comment down below if you have anything on your mind. I will see you on the next video. Bye.